Folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a pair of hair sticks using our Bargain Bead Box Cloudburst. I think these are going to be really pretty. I hope you like them. Let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. I've got some jumprings and some crimp tubes. Then I have these really fun moon links, which we're going to use. And how we're going to do this is we're going to take these little crystal chandeliers and then, like so, we're going to hook those up, and then we'll hook these two with these two spacers to our moon. And then we'll go to the bottom and we'll take one of these and one of these to finish it up. So let's put half of these to this side here. Along with 4 of our crimp tubes. And we'll get started making this one. So what we need to do first is I have some extreme silver medium soft flex wire. We're going to get a little hunk of that out. Now I'm going to get quite a bit because I'm probably going to use it for both sides. Maybe even I've got enough here for part of the other one as well. But what we want to do first is we want to put on a crimp tube, and then we're going to take this little guy, and he is going to become our bottom piece. He's just going to sit down there at the bottom. We're going to just bring this up tight to him, and we're going to crimp it right here. Now, if he stays straight like this, that's fine. You don't have to have it turned around. This is our bottom bead. So then we're going to crimp this. Now I'm going to cut most of this wire off because we're going to go through up above, and it's going to have to come up, and they're both going to go into this bead. So we're going to cut most of this off here, because then we're now going to go through our English cut, and we're going to go down to the bottom here, and then we're going to go through put on another crimp tube and go through the loop of our moon. So through the loop and through our crimp tube. Come on, crimp tube, back down here. And our bead. Now, as you can see, that forced that out, the other wire out, but it's a good enough hole that it's going to allow all of them to be there. So now we need to crimp this. Get out of there, wire, little moon. You don't want to get squished in the crimp. It's one of those instances you have to watch your components because they're trying to get in the way. Now we'll cut off this extra wire right here. Now here's our little piece with our moon hanging on it. I actually could have used being a little looser on that so that it would swing better, but I didn't, so it is what it is. So now we want to put the crimp tube on this side, go through the moon again. Now we're going to crimp on this side. I'm going to try and remember to give it a little bit more space here so it will move a little bit. We'll crimp this. Now there's our moon on this side. Now I'm going to crimp, and I'm going to cut a little bit of this wire down. I'm going to leave some because I'm sure the lantern will go through here. But so then the lantern, I think that's such a pretty bead, that lantern. Come on, lantern, take your second wire. There we go. Then the spacer, the matte crackle agate, the other spacer, and our other ring here. So now, isn't that pretty? So now the next step is, oh, where's our other jump ring? Did I put, oh, I should say crimp tube. Guess I put it over there. So then we put our crimp tube down on, get our jump ring, go through our crimp tube, and through the lantern bead. I'm sure it will let us. We ask it politely. Now I'm going to take hold of our jump ring here and I'm going to pull it up. Okay, now that I have that on, we get closer to the bead there, and then we will crimp it. And cut the excess wire, which I curled up. Okay, and the last thing we need to do is to hook it onto its stick, and then the first one will be done. We'll get our pliers and we'll open up this jump ring. Put on our stick and close it up. Now this did not close all the way, so I'm going to get back in here and get it closed. Come on, baby, over you go. There we go, that's better. Still not closed as well as I would like it. So I will put my pliers in here and squish the two edges down so that hopefully they connect better. That's better. So there's our first stick done. Isn't that cute? So now we're going to do exactly the same thing to the other one. So I think I have probably just enough wire here, if I'm careful. To do this first little bit. So we'll get this little guy on here. Put my crimping pliers in and then pull it tight and crimp. Okay, then we'll put on our English cut. On our little curly wire here. Like I said last time, I'm going to cut this, most of this off. Go in here. Get our crimp tube. And our moon. And make sure we have him going the right direction. We wouldn't like his little head to be upside down. So now we're going to get this crimp in here. And then through the English cut. Pull it up. Oops, he came out from this side. Get him back in there. Pull him up. And then we'll crimp this bead right here. Get the moon out because he's trying to get in the way here. Get your tail out of there. Okay, now that we have that crimped, let's cut our extra bit off here. And obviously I didn't have quite enough wire, so we will need to cut us like a 4 or 5 inch piece to finish this off. There's the bottom. This moon's wiggling a little bit better than the other one was. So now we need another piece of wire to do the last piece of this. And this is probably quite a bit more than I need. In fact, I know it is because we only need about, I don't know, not very much, a couple inches. And then we're going to get this piece put on together. So first, of course, is putting on the crimp tube, going through the moon, crimp tube back up here. And tighten this baby down. Okay, now we'll string our beads on here. After I cut just a little bit of this extra wire off. Our lantern bead, which I love. I think they're so pretty. Go down there, baby. Spacer. The matte agate. Spacer. And lantern bead. Now we need our crimp and our jump-ring. Turn this through. Bring these down. Pull it up again so it's pretty close. Now we want to crimp this bead, or crimp tube, I should say. There we go. Now we'll need to cut our excess wire off. There we go. Come on, Moon. There we go. Now we just need to hook it on to its base, and it will be done. So let's just open our jump ring up here. Get out our, put it through our base or onto our jump ring blank. Come on, baby, go through. And close her up. Okie dokie. There are our hair sticks. I think those turned out fun and pretty. Hope you do too. So there are our pretty hair sticks using our Bargain Bead Box kit Cloudburst. Now these moons are only one-sided. I wish they were a double side, but they're still really cool. So there's our hair sticks. I think they turned out really pretty. Oops, hooking up there. So there they are. And we used beads from our Cloudburst May Bargain Bead Box. And it looks like I need to trim this thread, just this extra wire, just a little bit more. It's hooking out just a hair bit. So let's get that done. Okay. So, like I say, whoop, let go of each other, darlings. Pretty little hair sticks made from our Bargain Bead Box for May Cloudburst. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.